As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Erusia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned, and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army. With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power. HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatched from the Osean army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting. I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense. With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Erusia will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Erusia's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there. Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
Caution, pull up. Stall warning.
War is something I'll never get used to. But tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich. Strider 1, Fox 2.
They got a stubborn one on my ass!
It is not machine that makes the decisions in war. It's people. Understand that.
Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you. Understood.
Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route. It's illusion.
They aren't responding aggressively.
General, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were a success, Longcaster. They've opened up a path for us. More the merrier. Trigger's down!
Lancaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
Something I'll never get used to. Tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich. Strider 1, AA gun destroyed.
Fighting out there. Ask yourselves, what is best for our country?
Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you. Understood.
We're the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal. Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route.
It is not machines that make the decisions in war. It's people. Understand that.
It's Erusian.
They aren't responding aggressively.
General, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were a success, Lancaster. They've opened up a path for us. More the merrier.
That plane's starting to rise up.
Target destroyed.
from? I'm surrounded by nothing but friendly. No, the attack was an unintentional mistake.
ID'd as Ocean forces. This is AWACS for the LRSSG.
Our info has been updated.
We made it through the Anchorhead Bay area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway at the next ramp.
All right.
Missile. 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 Caution. Pull up. Missile.
Strider 2, Fox 2.
Missile. Missile. Caution.
There's an unknown on our route. We can't proceed.
Missile. Caution. Pull
What's
up.
wrong with you?
Missile.
Whether you're a patriot or not, you're just too stubborn to change with the times.
Caution. 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 Missile.
Wait. General managed to convince them.
Listen, those that protect General LaVar's are the real patriots. Onward! We're on your side, you idiot!
Missile. Missile.
There's a vehicle up ahead. It's gonna ask us to pay a toll. Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle.
We'll go. Let's go.
Don't eyes up.
We archived all the footage that we've shot. The communication network's now back online.
Stall warning.
We need to remind everyone that there's no such thing as a clean war.
Stall warning.
Signs of the clean warfare at the beginning of this war are now gone.
Missile. 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 Caution. Pull up.
It's no good. There's still a car on the road. Just to be safe, we better avoid the highway and head for the warehouse district. Lancaster, we're taking a detour. Don't lose us.
Strider 1, General's route has changed. Keep your eyes on his vehicle. Pull him out of your sight.
Here comes a traitor, Lavard. This is a wide net they've cast. They really don't want the war to end, do they? Lavard's in that vehicle!
It's set up in all the right places.
Wake up! Missile coming your way!
Missile.
Chaff and flares are running low.
Caution. Pull up.
We have some enemies coming up behind us. They're gaining on us. They actually believe that using robots will put an end to bloodshed. We changed our route, but the enemy's still on us.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, target acquired. Missile away.
Missile.
Patriot, my duty is calling. Nice work, Leos 2. That's a confirmed kill. You are a true patriot.
Caution. Pull up. Missile. 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 Missile.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
Missile. Missile.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile. Missile.
Turn right. No, wait. That goes into the ocean. Strider 2, Fox 2.
Caution. Missile. 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 Missile.
Warning! Missile in the air!
Missile. Caution.
Chaff and flares are completed.
You want us to wait and see if they're friendly?
Missile. Missile.
Fox 2.
We're almost at landfill number 7.
Missile.
If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous at Kruger Park.
Strider 1 was shot down.
There's a strict curfew, but people gather at bars and other places to learn what's going on.
Missile.
The means of fighting with drones is what got us into this mess.
Missile.
affairs of the real patriots. Onward!
Stall warning. Stall warning. Stall warning. Stall warning. Pull up.
Strutter 1 has crashed.
To the unidentified Ocean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Ocean...
Lancaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oceans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknown's cockpit cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
It's something I'll never get used to. Tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich.
Pull up.
We're the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAP terminal.
Roger that. We'll look for our way home.
Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you.
Understood. Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route.
You're almost primed in there. Stay sharp.
What's wrong with drones? Whether you're a Patriot or not, you're just too stubborn to change with the times.
It's illusion.
They are responding aggressively.
General, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were a success, Lancaster. They've opened up a path for us.
The more the merrier.
I can't see the tops of the roofs from down here. Be on the lookout for enemy ambushes.
It is not machines that make the decisions. It's people. Understand that.
We made it through the Anchorhead Bay area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway at the next ramp.
All right.
ID is Ocean Forces. This is AWACS for the LRSSG.
Our intel has been updated.
Locked on bandit. Missile away. Bon voyage.
There's an unknown on our route. We can't proceed.
Strider 3, get that enemy off your ass.
My engine vision. Where did that come from? I'm surrounded by nothing but friendly. No, the attack was an unintentional mistake.
Watch your chest for flare supply.
Wait. General managed to convince them.
Listen, those that protect general affairs are the real patriots. Onward!
There's a vehicle up ahead. It's gonna ask us to pay a toll. Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle.
We'll go. Let's go. We've archived all the footage that we've shot when the communication networks come back online.
We need to remind everyone that there's no such thing as a clean war.
Signs of the Cold Warfare at the beginning of this war are now gone.
Strider 1, don't ice up.
avoid the highway and head for the warehouse district. Lancaster, we're taking a detour. Don't lose us.
Strider 1, General's route has changed. Keep your eyes on his vehicle. Pull him out of your sight.
There's a vehicle blocking the road. No response to hails. It's the radicals.
Here comes the traitor, Lepard.
This is a wide net they've cast. They really don't want the war to end, do they?
Where's in that vehicle?
Set up in all the right places.
We have some enemies coming up behind us. They're gaining on us.
Strider 1, APC destroyed.
We changed our route, but the enemy's still on us.
Pull up. Stall warning. Stall warning.
Somebody take out those
Stall
allied
warning.
planes behind us.
Stall warning. Pull up.
Strider 1, hostile, there's a lock.
Missile. 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 Caution. Pull up.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Missile. 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 Caution. Pull up.
Vehicle eliminated.
Turn right. No, wait, that goes into the ocean. I can't shake the enemies on my tail.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Maintain speed. We'll be able to break through that shutter. General, do you mind keeping it down for a minute? You'll bite your tongue.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Missile.
Missile hit.
Missile.
We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous at Kruger Park. Captain Carl, do you have the means to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it. The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the radicals. There was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belgians. When we actually went to war, the performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess. The Belgian technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian Flight Test Center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI, but to us it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. For those of you listening in, am I wrong? We're heading towards Kruger Park. Rendezvous point at the helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there. Enemy has a lock! Evade!
Which faction is the head of our organization? We need to know at once. Members of a military group calling itself the Free and the Peace. This one's wide open.
Missile. 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 Missile.
An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
Missile.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
Missile. 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 Caution. Pull up.
I'm hit. Get this guy off my back.
Fire on that vehicle.
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Locked on, you're mine.
Missile.
How are we supposed to tell the difference?
Missile.
There are enemies everywhere.
Missile.
Pursue!
Missile. Missile.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or
answer as follows. 263 Tango 4, 1999 Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe? Terminal's fall has led to a power struggle. It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You have one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron. I've got it taped, nice and secure.
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
The bridge is being blocked off by a tank. This isn't good. An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle used by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for it.
We're taking fire! Take care of them!
We're outnumbered. There were too many conservatives in the Air Force that hated the truth.
We're taking fire! We can't hold off!
No response. Southbound. You want us to wait and see if they're friendly?
I didn't think we were gonna make it, but you saved us. Thanks. We're taking fire from vehicles blocking our path!
Even in a time of war, it was a mistake to create something like the fuel unit.
So,
Ocean forces at landfill number 4. You're firing on our VIP. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
We've almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood.
Thanks for the help. I don't think we could have survived a few more shots like that. Our movement is restricted by an unidentified unit near our location.
Strider 4, Fox 2. Enemy's got a lock.
It's ID'd as Erusian.
Speaking with the commander.
Cease fire with the Ocean aircraft. General's orders.
Prepare to fire on a moment's notice.
It's ID'd as Erusian.
General, we still have drones at our disposal. It's too early for peace talks.
Critical escort objective destroyed. Mission failed. Abort mission.
Of a military group calling itself the Free Erusian.
An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Take out Penny in autonomous mode. I see scratches on their tail. They're that convict squadron. Want us to wait and see if they're friendly?
I'm hit. Get this guy off my back. Open fire on that vehicle.
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or anything.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 1999 Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe? Our terminal's fall has led to another power struggle within the Erusian military.
It's
all gone to hell. Radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You have one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron. I've got it taped, nice and secure.
Jump just came through!
Almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood.
I didn't think we were gonna make it, but you saved us. Thanks.
So Russian military.
The commander.
Cease fire with the Ocean aircraft. General's orders. We have no choice. Fire!
So Russian military.
General, we still have drones at our disposal. Peace talks. Please, watch over your future rebirth from the high heavens.
Critical escort objective destroyed. Mission failed. Abort mission.
Strider 1 is down.
There are rumors of a military group calling itself the Free Illusions. An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Unidentified aircraft to the drones.
Target acquired.
Aircraft with scratches on your tails will be punished for your sins.
Get them before they get us!
Missile away.
I'm hit! Get this guy off my back! Fire on that vehicle!
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or anything.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 199er Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
The general is...
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe?
Fire with the Ocean aircraft. General's orders.
Ocean forces at landfill number 7. This is the last knockout struggle with the German material.
It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You have one in your cockpit?
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
Yeah, ever since my previous squadrons. I've got it taped, nice and secure.
An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle used by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for him.
They're taking fire! Take care of them! We're taking fire! We can't hold off! I didn't think we were gonna make it, but you saved us. Thanks.
You heard the cops. There are no friendlies out there.
Drones at our disposal. It's too early for peace talks. Please, watch over your future rebirth from the high heavens.
We've almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood. System failures caused friendly fire incidents among Lucian forces. Strider 1 is down. There are rumors of a military group calling itself the Free Illusions. An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
Target destroyed by Strider 1.
You have no choice. Fire! crab with scratches on your tails will be punished for your sins. What? We're taking fire from our own allies. Is this place under rebellion too?
Missile.
The fight and not just instinct.
Open fire on that vehicle.
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Missile. Missile.
Prepare to fire on a moment's notice. Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank range.
Missile.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 199er Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe?
Missile.
Our capital's fall has led to another power struggle within the Norwegian military.
It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You have one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron. I've got it taped, nice and secure.
Ocean forces at landfill number 7. This is AWACS Lancaster.
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide. General, we still have drones at our disposal. It's too early for peace talks. Watch out for the future. High heavens. An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle used by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for him.
We're taking fire! Take care of them! The General is speaking with the commander.
Ceasefire with the Ocean aircraft. General's orders. If a drone is acting suspiciously, shoot it down.
We're taking fire! We can't hold off! I didn't think we were gonna make it, but you saved us. Thanks. Almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood. System failures caused friendly fire incidents among Ocean forces.
Missile.
There are even rumors of penal units turning on their former allies.
Taking fire from a friendly group.
Caution. Pull up.
The main conflict continues. Regional forces in the center, south, and east struggle over stabilization of the nation.
Missile.
The Norwegian government has defined those groups along with those trying to independently make peace with Russia as rebels.
We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There's more to Belgian technology than just UAVs. Taking IFF designations for one was an astonishing feat. They used it to make drones that resembled Ocean fighters. And then to assassinate Harvey and put the blame on enemy fighters. In the end, Belgian technology brought chaos to the world.
It's Erusian. Shoot it down.
Trigger, that one's Ocean. Do not attack before target identification is complete.
She's responsible for Holland's assassination.
Missile.
Talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger? Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the general's day.
Missile. Missile.
Okay, front two.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Locked on, you're mine.
Missile. Missile.
It's Erusian military.
The General's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
Striker 1, APC destroyed.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Target acquired. Critical escort objective destroyed. Mission failed. Abort mission. Striker 1 has crashed.
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the general's day.
The General's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
Confirmed destroyed. ID'd as Ocean forces.
Missile.
How'd you last, Longcaster? We've been breaching and we're here to help.
We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for better timing.
Nice. Glad to see the Oceans attacking the radicals. Maybe we should join up with them. At least getting rid of those assholes faster.
Missile.
Regionalism is part of the infighting within these groups.
We've reached the industrial zone. This should be the new rendezvous point. The coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
We'll keep fire for the next half hour. Time to wait, don't worry. We won't let anybody through after you.
Almost at the rendezvous. Get ready for the others. Understood.
The radicals truly believe boosted drone productions will make up for our losses. They should have taken responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. If all goes well, we should be able to sign a truce with Osea quickly. We've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper, too.
Who do we turn to in this darkest hour? We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Ocean News Network.
Okay, let's go. We're getting out of here. We've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. This should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck. Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No. Unless she's a soldier.
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft my grandfather told me about. The one with the scratches.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with broken technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait! Unknown's attacking the girl's plane!
Alma, hold on tight.
Longcaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
They could be Ocean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Shit.
That's all we can do.
ID complete. They're Erusian fighters. What the hell is going on?
Stay sharp.
Uh-huh.
Right, I'm shooting him down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Wilco.
Wilco.
Yeah, good work. Destroyer 1 has killed a bandit.
Careful, those guys are good. Freaking great. Good news was Wilson's big shots too. I managed to catch a glimpse of the three strikes. Enemy missiles
Don't miss.
Aim carefully.
Advantage attack. Trying again.
No good. Shit.
Target acquired.
I'm on my target's tail.
Strider 1, missile launched.
I'm on his rear.
Strider 2, Fox 2.
Missile.
See a fighter is just so long if we are getting in my way.
Bandit destroyed. Well done.
Target is in machine gun range.
Nice kill!
Confirmed destroyed. Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
The escort fighter is... the drive. They're missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Longcaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, Ocean craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
We did what we could. Weapons free. We're cleared to attack the escort.
Wilco. Understood.
Wilco.
Can't abort the MQ-99's launch. Our commands are overridden. They must be accessing it remotely. Which unit is behind this?
Hey, it's not our fault they won't listen to reason. Why build something like that? Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses.
Something else entirely.
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Son of a bitch.
Head this way.
The escort must have used its remote activation rights to gain more allies. Clever.
Target is in machine gun range.
Strider 1, target eliminated. Behind the enemy. Punch 2. Enemy on your back.
Missile.
Target was not struck.
Missile.
Locked on bandit.
Missile.
Behind the enemy.
5 bandits remaining.
Damn it. We don't have the drive they need.
Strider 1, target eliminated.
4 bandits left.
It's not enough to be really functional. There has to be a time it should not function.
Missile.
1 bandit to go.
They are after the data, aren't they?
Missile away.
Strider 1, that's what I like to see. Another story to tell my boy.
Understood. All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. General's helicopter is flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
All hostiles, huh?
General, the Ocean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Ocean aircraft.
Ocean's army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders. It should be a piece of cake.
Are you sent by the General Staff? No, we'd like you to send... No, I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
Longcaster, are all of these real...
order to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too, once our planes are ready. Oh, and Labarth is dead.
What did you say?
Apparently, he was shot down by another Ocean aircraft after he left the area of operations. I mean, I know it was chaos, but still. At any rate, the sealed order operation has come to a close. We have no idea about a plan for going forward.
All we can do for now is watch our own backs.
What's up with the commander?
He's staying in his room. He's still alive, since we can hear him crying.
The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Ocean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Ocean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military. I knew that rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guard's dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the Princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there is no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke to me before came back to me.
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio. It still works!
I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. And then, very softly, she said,
You see, I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness.
Just what did you see here?
Okay, enough talk. Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Forbanti, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officer. At this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission will be. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians, so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Osean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal birds. For the Osean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
With so much at stake, I can't imagine Erusia just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad.
Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
I just want to go home, man.
Me too.
With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want to
do. If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusian forces. I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack for a long trip, but remember, if you drag your ass, you'll get left behind.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs.
They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. And what? Abandoned Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own.
Please, we need help.
Wagtail is on the Osean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Longcaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger. ID complete.
Their artillery fire just missed us off our starboard side.
Thank God. Friendly birds.
missile away.
Many of our allies are cut off. We need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can. Let's help retreating Osean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
The rebels are here. First one go by and detonate on the second.
Calling friendly birds. Take out the hostiles in our area. Get us out of this hellhole. We need help while we're still up and running. There's more over here. The bodies of dead civilians. I don't think they were part of the fight. With that, we're all lined up. Three strikes, Council Marine, and the enemy's gone. We need help.
Our last vehicle has been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving. Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point. I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly. No, we're not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. Here's what happened here. We don't want to think about it. I just got the photograph. We'll head back to HQ. Give us another 30 minutes. And then say they want to include the children in proper burial. Recruit faster. He's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence.
Don't pursue too deep. We just need to buy some time. Hold them at bay until Operation Feeding Time. Move them away from the masked driver.
Stay calm. Reform the race. I've got 12 dead bodies here. They seem to be upper middle class. The 3 points nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved in Belka.
They're Erusian. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here?
It's all crazy people.
Our guys even took out the enemy's air support. What do we do now? Keep them in the tank!
Allied retreat looks good.
Here in the middle of a mission to take back the masked driver. The supply shipment munitions depot is highly combustible.
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
We're moving out! Leave the dead behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly. Help me! Gather all the wounded together.
It's the Osean military.
Don't they know they're on the safe side? We'll be firing at each other.
This is AWACS Longcaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Hold your fire! Confirmed. The info is from Allied AWACS. Hold your fire! Roger. But where are we supposed to leave? Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out.
Get in the landing craft! Many thanks, Longcaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
Can you hear us? We're taking fire from multiple enemy tanks!
We don't need to defeat them. Just delay their advance. Got it?
Enemy on your back.
Strutter 1, missile launched.
We're outnumbered, taking heavy losses. We can't even run. The enemy will shoot us in the back.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile.
I have a solid lock.
An explosion inside! Continue the countdown. The enemy's not stupid. We're after the supply ship. Do the countdown!
There's still one arsenal bird left. If we can get a bomb, then Alicia will have a fighting chance.
Use cameras to track the supply ships. Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship! If you take one on board!
Wait, multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Missile.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you.
Strider 1's down. Let's help retreating Osean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit. Destroyed by Strider 1.
When you lose your legs and crawl, you can surrender when you lose your hands.
Calling friendly birds! Take out the hostiles in our area! Get us out of this hellhole! We need help while we're still up and running!
Fox 2.
There's more over here. The bodies are getting thrown. I don't think they're part of the fight. With that, we're all lined up. 3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Our last vehicle has been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly! No, they are not combatants. Some of them are French. I just got the photograph. We'll head back to HQ soon. Give us another 30 minutes. The men say they want to at least get the shooting in a proper area. I can guess what happened here, but I really don't want to think about it. Erusian bastards! It's a blatant war crime! Take photos for evidence.
They're Erusian. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here?
It's all crazy people.
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. My ship is a munitions depot. It's highly combustible.
Our guys even took out the enemy's air support. What do we do now?
Enemy on your back.
Enemy tank!
Allied retreat looks good.
Don't pursue too deep. We just need to buy some time. We're in bay until operation meeting time. We don't move them away from the mass fighting. Got it?
Go with us! Can you see the enemy APC from there?
Strider 1, target destroyed. Strider 1, we've identified the unknown targets.
I count 12 dead bodies here. They seem to be upper middle class. The police force is nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved in soldiers. Did it! We're moving out! Leave the cat behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly. Get in the landing craft! Many thanks, Lancaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood. All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
An explosion inside! Continue the countdown. The enemy's not stupid. We're after the supply ship. Do the countdown! There's still one arsenal bird left. If we can fill it full of bombs, then Russia will have a fighting chance.
We're outnumbered.
We can't lose track of the supply ships.
The enemy will shoot us through the
Don't
back.
fight with your backs to the supply ship. If it's hit, we're done for.
We're taking fire from multiple enemy tanks!
Missile. 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 Stall warning.
Wait, multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you.
Missile.
Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course.
Missile.
Chase off the bogies! There's no way they're ours! Almost there! Commence operation no return! These are unguided. Stay on course!
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Identification complete.
Missile.
It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Missile.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all. Trigger, boss! Get over here quick!
Enemy has a lock on you.
We're around past the point of no return.
Strider 3 launching missile.
Missile away.
Landing. Hostile is blocked. They've taken out many of our aircraft. Use extreme caution.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Launch control, this is right there. All systems ready. We are a go for launch.
Missile.
This is launch control. The enemy is closing. Confirm launch readiness. Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Feeding Time. Launch control. Roger that.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
Missile.
Target acquired.
Work together to take them down.
Missile.
Destroy them and drive
Missile.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now. Warning, enemy has a bead on you.
Landing. Hostile is blocked.
Missile.
Why with such skill and precision? Don't tell me this is Ocean into the snowbirds.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Behind the enemy.
Missile.
Intercept those bombers.
Locked on.
Room 7 here. I might stop. Be careful. Watch yourselves. These guys are working together to bring us down. Remember the faces of those who pushed forward.
Missile.
The bombers are about to reach the island. Shoot them down now.
Missile. Zero.
Strider 1 is hit.
Missile.
Strider 1 has been shot down.
Splits up retreating Osean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
We can't afford to take any more damage. Get out there and do something! Calling friendly birds! Take out the hostiles in our area! Get us out of this hellhole! We need help while we're still up and running!
Target destroyed.
There's more over here. The bodies of dead civilians. I don't think they were part of the fighting. Look at that, they're all lined up. No, they are not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here. I really don't want to think about it. 3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone. The Erusian convoy...
The last vehicle's destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly! Those Erusian bastards. It's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence.
They're Erusian. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here?
It's all crazy people.
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mesh driver. The supply ship and munitions depot is highly combustible.
Enemy vessel destroyed.
Just got the photograph. We'll head back to ATC. Give us another 30 minutes. The men say they want to at least give the children a proper burial. Our guys still got the enemy's air support. What do we do now? Send in a tank!
Allied retreat looks good.
Don't pursue too deep. We just need to buy some time. Hold them at bay until Operation Feeding time.
I count 12 dead bodies here.
Pull them away from the mass driver. Commander,
The upper middle class. This one's nearby, so they could be researching as a family. Most likely, they were involved with Delta. We're outnumbered, taking heavy losses. We can't even run. The enemy will shoot us in the back. Go with us. Can you see the enemy APC from there?
Strata 1, target acquired. Target was not struck.
In the landing craft. Heavy armor of the front. Many thanks, Forecaster. You didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood. ID complete. Missile away.
Strider 1, target eliminated.
We certainly have air support.
We're moving out. Leave the cat behind. We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly.
Strata 1, Fox 3.
Get the wounded out of here, hurry! If you let them through, we're as good as dead!
Strider 1, target destroyed. All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind. Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Help me! Gather all the wounded together!
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Target locked.
Strider 1, we've identified the unknown targets.
Don't let anyone of the precautionary staff into the base.
Good. We need help. Bring all the injured.
Wait, Multiple bogeys from the east.
Missile.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
Missile.
We need to ID the bogeys. Take them down if they're hostile.
Missile.
Understood.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase out the bogies! There's no way they're ours! Almost there. Commence Operation No Return! These are unguided. Stay on course.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogeys. Identify them.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Target acquired.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
We're outnumbered and we'll be surrounded.
Trigger, boss, get over here quick.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Ram 7 locked on target.
Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile. 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 Missile.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time. Missile hit.
Missile.
I've been spiked. Launch control, this is flight leader. All systems ready. We are a go for launch.
Missile.
This is launch control. The enemy is close to launch readiness. Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Feeding Time. Launch control. Roger that.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Missile. Missile.
Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Chaff and flares are depleted.
Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile.
Intercept those bombers.
Working together to bring us down.
Strider 1 has crashed. Let's help retreating Osean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there.
Missile.
The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
We only need an hour tops. We need the advantage to pin the enemy down.
Calling friendly birds! Take out the hostiles in our area! Get us out of this hellhole! We need help while we're still up and running! Take that heavy armor in the front line! There's more over here. Bodies against civilians. I don't know what part of this trying to run. With that, they're all lined up. If you see 3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Our last vehicle has been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly! No, they're not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here. And really don't want to think about it. Half of Erusian bastards. It's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence.
They're Erusian. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here?
It's all crazy people.
Get with us! From there! I just got the photograph. We'll head back to HQ.
Missile.
The men say they want to at least give the children a proper burial.
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship is a munitions depot. It's highly combustible.
We're outnumbered. Our guys need to got the enemy here. What do we do now? Get in the tank!
Allied retreat looks good.
Missile. Missile.
We just need to buy some time. Open the bay until operation feeding time. We're away from the mass driver.
Missile.
Three-strike craft. High ship.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Hear us! We're taking fire from multiple enemy tanks!
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Get in the landing craft!
Missile.
Steady, Lancaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
Missile.
Push them back! Fire! I got 12 dead bodies. Some of them crashed. Big ones nearby, so they could be researchers and the family. Most likely, they were involved in the Belfast.
Okay, commander's down! Taking fire! We're pinned down!
Strider 1, missile launched.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, you identified the unknown targets.
Rendezvous? We don't even know where we are!
Strider 1, target was hit.
We're moving out! Leave the cat behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
ID complete.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Cyclops 2, Fox 2.
Missile.
Target locked.
Missile.
If that goes for a beach, tank fire, but the line on fuel is all on ammo.
Missile. 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 Missile.
The enemy's position! Good job! The artillery fire sent a number on my hearing!
Once we go by, and detonate in a second.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind. Wait, multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you.
Missile.
Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase out the bogies! There's no way they're ours! Almost there. Commence operation no return! These are unguided. Stay on course.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
Missile.
Visual.
Like an eagle.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Graham 7, I'm behind my target.
Missile.
Identification complete. It's Erosion bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Missile.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
Attack failed. They've taken out many of our aircraft. Use extreme caution.
Target hit.
Launch control, this is flight leader. All systems ready. Go for launch.
Enemy on your back.
Launch control. The enemy is closing. Confirm launch readiness. Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Feeding Time. Launch control. Roger that.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time. Strider 1 was shot down. Let's help retreating Osean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
Help me! Gather all the wounded together. Calling friendly birds. Take out the hostiles in our area. Get us out of this hellhole. We need help while we're still up and running. There's more over here. Bodies of dead civilians. I don't think that's part of the fight. With that, we're all lined up. If you see 3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Can't we flank the last vehicle has been destroyed? Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly! No, they are not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. Here's what happens here. You really don't want to think about it. Half of the Russian bastards. It's a flagrant war crime. Take photos for me.
Strider 1, we've identified the unknown targets.
I just got the photograph. We'll head back to give us another 30 minutes. The men say they want to release the situation in the swap with Eric. Our guys just got the enemy air support. What do we do now? Get in the tank!
Allied retreat looks good.
Get the enemy's position! Speak up! The artillery fire's got a number on my hearing!
Don't pursue too deep. We just need to buy some time. Hold them at bay until Operation Feeding Time. Move them away from the mass driver.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Get someone get out of here, hurry! If you let them through, we're as good as dead! Come with us! The enemy APC from there?
Strider 3 launching missile.
It's no use! Work to the right! Fire at that supply ship! It's the radicals who shot us in the back. I'll make them pay for this.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
They did it! We're moving out! Leave the dead behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly.
No use hailing them! They know they're shooting at friendlies!
Get in the landing ground! Many thanks, Lancaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
Get closer! You'll never hit them from here!
Great! But will we make it in time?
A landing ship is waiting for you.
Right. Leave the wounded. This will guarantee us a one-way ticket to hell. Pretty sure we're there already.
It's the Osean military.
Don't they know they're on the same side?
We'll be firing at each other!
This is AWACS Lancaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Hold your fire! I confirm. The info is from Allied AWACS. Hold your fire! Roger. What are we supposed to believe? Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out.
I count 12 dead bodies here. Essentially upper middle class. This Spaceports nearby, so they could be researchers and their family. Most likely, they were involved with Delta. Get out there and do something!
Missile. Missile.
Locked on.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Strider 1, missile launched.
This is Echo 13. Two tanks left, but they're running on fumes and low on ammo.
Missile. 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 Missile.
They took out Strider 1.
Let's help retreating Osean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Missile.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
Ambush! Stay calm! Reform the ranks! It's fine if we take a little damage. We need to finish this fight now. If you see 3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Our last vehicle has been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly!
Missile.
There's more over here. The bodies of dead civilians. I don't think they were part of the fight. The gas is all lined up.
Missile.
No, they're not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here. We don't want to think about it. Yeah, those Russian bastards. It's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Give me enemy position! Speak up! The artillery fire sent a number on my hearing!
Missile.
Got the photograph. We'll head back in. Give us another 30 minutes.
Missile.
The men say they want to at least give the children a proper area.
Missile. Missile.
Our guys even took out the enemy air support. What do we do now? Send in the tank!
Get them away.
Allied retreat looks good.
Get out of here, hurry! Can you hear us? We're taking fire from multiple enemy tanks!
Missile. Missile.
Thanks.
Missile.
But will we make it in time?
The landing ship is waiting for you.
Right. This will guarantee us a one-way ticket to hell.
Missile.
Pretty sure we're there already.
Missile.
Launching missile.
It's the Osean military.
Don't they know they're on the same side? We'll be firing at each other.
Missile.
This is AWACS Lancaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Hold your fire! Confirmed. The info is from an allied AWACS. Hold your fire! Roger. But what are we supposed to believe? Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out.
Don't rush CQT. We just need to buy some time. Open the bay until Operation Feeding
This
Time.
operation is crazy. Stop like this. We're moving out. Leave the dead behind. We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly. I count 12 dead bodies here.
Move them away from the mass driver.
They seem to be upper middle class. The spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved with Delta. Get in the landing craft!
Missile.
Many thanks, Lancaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
Missile.
It's no use! Work to the right! Fire at that supply ship!
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
It's the radicals that shot us in the back. I'll make them pay for this. No use hailing them! They know they're shooting at friendlies! Get closer! You'll never hit them from here! Can't we flank the enemy and strike them from behind?
Echo 13. Tanks left, but they're running on fuels and low on ammo.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Push them back!
Missile.
Fire! Fire at will!
Missile.
We need more ammo!
Missile. Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Target acquired.
Missile. 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 Missile.
If you lift your legs and crawl, you can surrender when you lift your hands.
Missile.
Nice. Target eliminated.
Missile. Missile.
Let me slide in on that tail.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Warning, enemy has a bead on you.
Missile. Missile.
Bring the anti-tank missile. Hit that heavy armor at the front line. Don't stop.
Locked on.
Missile.
Wait, multiple bogeys from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogeys. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Visual.
Like an eagle.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course.
Missile.
Chase out the bogies! There's no way there are! Almost there! Commence Operation No Return! These are unguided. Stay on course!
Missile. Missile.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogeys. Identify them.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
Missile. Missile.
Control, please, right later. All systems ready.
Missile.
We are go for launch.
Missile.
Launch control. The enemy is closing. Confirm launch readiness. Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Feeding Time. Launch control. Roger that.
Stall warning.
Strider 1, target acquired. The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Zero. Missile. Missile.
You've entered the clouds.
Missile. Missile. Ammunition zero. Missile. Missile.
Attack missed.
Missile away.
I'm behind my
Only
target.
half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away.
Missile. 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 Missile.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Watch yourself. These guys are working together to bring us down.
I'm behind my target.
Missile.
This is Ram 7 Mark 2.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Intercept those bombers.
Missile.
All enemy bombers have been destroyed.
We did it.
Continue with your mission.
Try to save your ammo. Lure them in and then fire at once. Hey, Commander.
Missile evaded. Strider 1, missile launched.
Target locked. Not bad at all, Trigger.
Target acquired.
The rest is up to you. I'm out. The rebels are here. Let the first one go by and detonate on the second.
like? Continue the countdown. Enemy's not stupid. They're after the supply ship. Do the countdown! There's still one arsenal bird left. If we can fill it full of bombs, then Arusea will have a fighting chance.
Ammunition 0.
Use cameras to track the supply ships. Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship. If they think we're done for.
Missile.
We're down to less than half our vehicles. We need help.
Missile.
Bring all the injured.
Missile away.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Strider 1, target
Missile.
destroyed.
Missile. Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile.
Locked on.
Missile. 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 Caution. Missile. Missile. Missile.
Hey, you. Dumbass with scratches on his tail. You hear me? Strider 1 was shot down.
Let's help retreating Osean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Missile.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
Strider 1, target eliminated.
We're outnumbered, taking heavy losses. We can't even run. The enemy will shoot us in the back. You see 3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Our last vehicle has been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving. Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point.
Missile.
I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly.
Missile.
There's more over here. Bodies and civilians. Part of the fight. That, they're all lined up.
Missile.
No, we're not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I say guess what happened here. They really don't want to think about it. Half of Russian bastards. He's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence.
ID complete.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Our guys even forgot the enemy's air support.
Missile.
What do we do now?
Missile.
Send in a tank!
Missile.
Allied retreat looks good.
Missile. Missile.
Please have a photograph. If that means we're support line, just give us another 30 minutes.
Missile.
And then say they want to at least give the children a proper burial.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Strider 1, we've identified the unknown targets.
Missile.
We can just defend the mass striper today. Our army can turn this thing around.
Missile.
It's the Osean military.
Missile.
Don't they know they're on the same side? We're firing at each other.
Missile.
This is AWACS Lancaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Hold your fire! Confirmed. The info is from an allied AWAC. Hold your fire! Roger. But where are we supposed to leave? Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out.
Thanks. But before we make it in time...
A landing ship is waiting for you.
Right. We leave the wounded. This will guarantee us the one-way ticket to hell. Pretty sure we're there already. This whole operation is crazy.
Don't be too deep. We just need to buy some time. Hold the bay until operation feeding time.
Caution. Pull up.
I count 12 dead bodies here.
Pull them away from the mass driver.
They seem to be upper middle class. The spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved with Belka. Keep kidding! We're moving out! We're leaving the dead behind! Fire at will! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly.
An explosion inside! Continue the countdown. have a fighting chance. Use cameras to track the supply ships. Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship. If you take what's on board.
Getting a landing craft! Many thanks, Longcaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
Erosion. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here? It's all crazy people.
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship is a munitions depot. It's highly combustible. Second.
Missile.
Give me enemy position! Cops, the artillery fire sent a number on my hearing!
Missile. 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 Missile.
Strike 1, target acquired.
Three-strike craft? High shit. Ain't fair.
Target locked.
Our tank commander's down! Taking fire! We're pinned down!
Missile.
We don't need you to beat. Just delay their advance. Got it.
Target 1, 2. All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
Missile.
Wait, multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Missile.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase out the bogies! There's no way they're ours! Almost there. Commence operation no return! These are unguided. Stay on course.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
Visual. Like an eagle.
Missile.
Fox 2.
Missile. Missile.
Identification complete. It's
Missile.
Erosion bombers and their escorts.
Missile.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions.
Missile.
Maybe they know they can't.
Missile.
We're gonna drop them all.
Missile.
Enemy pilots outclassed us.
Missile.
City cooling spiriters also have much to answer for.
Missile.
Bomber confirmed destroyed.
Missile.
Launch control, this is flight leader. All systems ready. We are a go for launch.
Missile.
This is launch control.
Missile.
The enemy is closing. Confirm launch readiness. Affirmative.
Missile.
This is our last chance for Operation
Missile.
Peacock. Launch control. Roger that.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Missile evaded.
Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Missile.
Draw the enemy's attention here. No aim. We're doing strategic bombing.
Missile away.
Controls are responsive. Ejecting. Locked. This is Ram 7. Evading enemy missile.
Target is in machine gun range. Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away.
This is Ram 2. Locked on target.
Missile. Missile.
Got one on my ass.
Missile. Missile.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Missile. Missile.
Heads up. These reinforcements are elite.
Missile. Missile.
All enemy bombers have been destroyed.
We did it.
Missile.
Continue with your mission.
Missile.
Where they move? We don't even know where we are!
We can't afford to take any more damage. Get out there and do something!
Target acquired.
Missile. Missile.
Target was not struck.
Hold on.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile. 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 Missile.
That goes first.
Missile.
Tank flat, but they're running out of fuel and low on ammo.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Missile away.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Missile.
Help me! Gather all the wounded together.
Missile. 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 Missile.
UAV is down.
This independent special security squadron is demanding to be let out of base.
Warning, enemy has a bead on you.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Target acquired.
Pull up.
Target destroyed.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Hey, you. Dumbass with a scratches on his tail. You hear me? I need you to help some people. There's a group of refugees surrounded by Russian tanks right here. Needless to say, their future's not looking too bright.
This is a secure military line. Who is this?
Missile.
Me? Call me the Scrap Queen.
Lancaster, she's an ally. Trigger and I'd know that voice anywhere.
That voice. So you're still breathing, Sir Count.
Here, let me have a word. Hey, it's been a while. I had a feeling the two of you were still alive. Remember, stick with Trigger and you'll make it.
I have a bit of intel for you. We'll share it if you can help those refugees. Count me in.
That's right.
Echo 13, all hostiles are down.
Understood. This is our last chance. We'll see how far we can go.
We destroyed all of the targets. All bogies should be ID'd now. Mission complete. Okay, Scrap Queen. Send us the target coordinates.
I was thinking about how I'd do that.
Don't you have a laser target indicator?
Why would she...
Use the smoke canister. And who's taking this to the enemy's doorstep? Not me. Wait, you moron!
Missile. Missile.
Wait! What are you doing, dumbass?
Missile.
Here! Attack right here!
Lancaster, we've confirmed the location of the flare.
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry!
Missile. 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 Missile.
Hey, stop! The enemy tanks are too.
Missile.
I don't think I could even do anything with that scrap.
Missile.
Everyone knows it. No other reason.
Missile.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Missile.
In gun range.
Missile.
That takes care of them. No civilian casualties? Nice going. Do you hear the singing?
Beginning terminal countdown. Pressure stable. Cooling system is on.
Lancaster, a promise is a promise. Here's the intel. I heard it from an Illusion soldier that defected. The supply ships will be launched soon.
Yeah, that is valuable information.
That doesn't sound good.
But can it be trusted?
Not sure. Heard it from a man who said he wanted to atone for his sins. Up to you to trust him or not.
Understood. Good luck.
Releasing safety. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. 1, 2, 3. The mass driver is accelerating.
The supply ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the arsenal bird, they'll be able to resupply it. They may be loaded with new weaponry that we don't even know about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the arsenal bird's air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it. 3 minutes to the enemy's air defense network.
I can't get a lock.
Missile.
All aircraft,
Missile.
remain on high alert. We got bandits incoming on radar.
Missile.
You're gonna have to forget about them for now. Focus on destroying that supply ship first.
We're sitting ducks like this.
If we let the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it.
If we're too close, we'll get caught up in the...
The target's using cloud cover to hide itself. Don't worry, we know where it's heading. Did you see that explosion? Looks like that's one of them down.
Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Hurry up and shoot the other one down. We've recalculated the remaining time.
I'm usually pretty good at playing tag, but these guys have a head start.
Hello. 90 seconds to the enemy's air defense network.
Don't lose them!
These guys continue pursuit of the supply ship.
Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile.
60 seconds remain.
Missile.
Missile hit the supply ship dead on.
Watch 2!
Alright, let's move in behind them and take them down.
Hope you're all enjoying the pretty fireworks. If this thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves. Nice work, team.
We're gonna find ourselves a boat and leave this island. We'll be taking the refugees, along with any deserters from the Erusian military.
Who's the girl that ran at the tanks with the smoke canister? A few more crazies like her, and life down there may have been a tad bit easier.
What do you think would have happened to those refugees if you hadn't intervened? The princess saw what happened. They were little kids.
That's why I like the sky. You don't have to see those types of things.
Does this mean we're that much closer to ending the war?
No, we just basically prevented it from going on forever.
Count's right. We have no choice but to return to our original base. Our base that is nearly out of food and fuel. We need to do something.
This is Tango 2-3. Pursued by multiple tanks and APCs. They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. What? Abandoned Tango 2-3?
Good. Take a seat. Everyone's here. All right. Good work in sinking the supply ships. Not to mention saving the refugees. However, we're in no position to start celebrating. Even the commander here is starting to fray from the stress. Can't say I blame him. Now, Tyler Island is in a state of complete anarchy. This base isn't safe either. The faces you see around you are the only friends we've got. Take a good look.
We found a boat, then sailed away from the island. We had to. We didn't belong there. The new guy's name was George. I noticed when the anarchist said his name, he said it with a thick Belkan accent. How did you know that he was from Belka?
Well, both my parents were from Belka, so...
You never told me that. They say that Belkans are known for their conspiracies.
That's just a stereotype. Now, I simply stated my honest opinion and was thrown in jail for it.
The princess sat there looking miserable. That was a dumbass stunt she pulled back there, but it got us on this boat. Take a look at that. This ship is heading for a single rope that's hanging down from the sky. Do you know how far the end of that rope reaches?
Outer space.
No. It is a direct connection to the very potential of mankind itself. Or at least it was until war erupted.
It's my strong belief that the rope might be connected to a very distant, faraway source of great conflict and strife. Even long before the war, the whole world started falling apart once Harling began trying to build it. I often wonder what was going through Harling's mind when he was trying to destroy the very thing that so many people were sacrificed in order to create.
Sacrificed? What do you mean?
Have you seen all of those countless old space shuttles on Tyler Island that are no longer in use?
Yeah. I always thought of them as a good source of scrap. They're an obsolete technology that was abandoned during the construction of the space elevator. Which would mean that if the space elevator was destroyed, it would be that much harder for mankind to reach the stars. Until we find another way.
But even then, Harling still went ahead and tried to destroy it. At the cost of his own life.
That's not the way I heard it. What I heard was that he sacrificed himself to protect the tower from an incoming missile.
Oh, I was told he tried to fly his ship into the tower in order to destroy it.
I wonder which story is true, Your Royal Highness.
I don't know. Looking at it objectively, it's reasonable to believe that Harling had both options before him.
When it comes to which one you think he took, I guess it's like a mirror.
Yes, it is. It's like a mirror looking into your own soul, based on whichever choice you believe it was. At the moment, though, I can only see darkness. I think that thing should be destroyed.
It's time for the briefing. Although, since we don't have any contact with HQ, it's not like this is an official mission. Anyway, it looks like the seizure of Tyler Island and the relief from Osea have been postponed. In the meantime, we just have to do what we can to survive. Since losing its capital city of Frabanti, Erusian forces have separated into smaller, autonomous factions. It looks like Erusia's largest force and leading faction will pass through the area around this base. The space elevator is significant to them, so they're probably heading there.
Should we intercept?
Why? I doubt they're gonna start a fight now.
Our top priority should be to get home. Let's go already.
Yeah. It's not like we have the supplies, power, or even a real reason to put up a fight. But, what are we going to do if they bring the fight to us? We need to be ready to push them back. If we head inland from here towards Erusia, there's an old castle that's been converted into a stockpiling base. Shalaji Castle. It's currently occupied by some of the Erusian forces that broke off, but we need ammo and fuel. They appear to have converted a freeway into a runway, so we can expect them to have the capacity for air combat. But they'll be easier to handle than Erusia's lead faction. While we can't use all our aircraft to attack, the transport carrying the stolen supplies needs support. Okay, Strider Squadron. You head out first and neuter the dogs at the stockpiling base. Rendezvous with Cyclops Squadron, who will bring the transport. Then we bring the supplies back to this base.
Got it.
Aircraft are our only threat.
Sounds good. We'll make it. We're all gonna fly home. Together.